What's up guys, CM back again with another replay cast. This time we've got Silverarrow in the T30. Silverarrow, of course, one of the other circlings. Dropped me this replay and I figured it'd be a decent way to show you just what height... Well, a couple of things that are kind of frustrating with the game at the moment, but also how the T30 works when it's in a position where it just works. So you're kind of hull down position. So, tier 10 match on Studzianki, the Polish map that was brought in along with the Polish heavies. 3-5-7 matchmaking. They've already lost one of their tier 9s. They've lost their T49 in the middle there, who got hit by a couple of the TDs, as well as the T54 lightweight there, who's now closing in on the friendly WZ1328. So, match is already off to a fairly poor start for Silver's team, losing one of their tier 9s right at the start. This friendly VKB is in a bit of an awkward position here, and Silver rushes that shot a little bit there. He could have gotten a hit there, but if he'd been a bit more patient, he would have had that one. This VKB, though, really kind of in the way for Silver here. I know what the VK is trying to do, but the way he's doing it is just not working out. Also, the VK there has the Tiger 2 gun and is firing AP, or might well not be using the Tiger 2 top gun and is instead using the one with 200 AP pen. Nevertheless, Silver with good awareness there actually sees that the TVP in the middle has his side flat onto him and just takes the shot because it was a nice big target for him, giving him a nice, fairly average roll. Obviously this is a 155, so it's got 750 alpha. Then loads into the APCR because he sees that there's an E100 that he has to deal with, who has already quite obviously got the heat loaded himself. Now this is actually showing something that is, I find, quite frustrating, because this just shows what removing weak spots from tanks actually does to the game. It forces people to fire that gold ammo. Now the E100 doesn't actually need to fire it here. If he takes his time, he can actually quite easily hit the roof of the T30 and pen it, or the cupola. So the T30 has genuine weak spots, whereas the E100, that view range bar at the top there, is much harder to hit, and if you're firing up at it like Silver actually is here, not gonna get a good angle on it at all. So the VK100 bonks the gun, damages the gun, that throws Silver's shot off, so Silver misses his second shot at the E100, and the E100 does actually hit the turret roof there with heat. Silver then puts an APCR shell through the front of the E100, who then fires back at the VKB and bounces his own shell. Scores are not too bad at the moment, 4-3. Friendly team has taken the south. They have lost their Super Conqueror, but Silver's still doing alright on this side. He's put a shot into the Type 4 there. Bit of a low roll. The only actual genuinely high roll that he's had was on the VK100 for 776, 772 even. Takes aim at the Type 4 again, but the Type 4 gets into cover before he can take the shot. Takes aim at the E100 again and gets a nice lucky shot through the front of the turret, because that was not fully aimed. Meanwhile, the friendly VKB there complaining that he can't pen them with gold, but that might be to do with the gun there, Mr. VK. You don't have the top gun yet, you're not going to have a good time. Silver, meanwhile, takes the time to put another shot into the Type 4. Didn't need APCR for that one, because the shoulder was showing on the Type 4 and that was an easy shot. But takes it anyway. E100, meanwhile, pokes out and finishes off the VKB. But now Silver's, well, I wouldn't say he's alone on this flank. He's still got the Leopard 1 up to the north on A6. The Pantera on B8 and the friendly Gorilla on B0, with the friendly team pushing in on the 2 line as well. Unfortunately, the friendly team haven't done so well on that side, so the scores have reversed. It's now 6-8. Puts a shot through the E100 turret, high roll as well, and the Gorilla finishes him off. Already up to 5k damage, which is not too bad at all. And then just waits for the Type 4. Type 4 doesn't show enough of his tank for him to do anything about, but luckily the Leopard 1 to the north clips him. And then Silver just puts the shot through the front of the VK100 turret. Easy pen for this gun, even with AP, but it's what he had loaded. He's probably forgotten at this point that he's got APCR, so yeah. And then the enemy FV 4005 there puts a shot into him, but that hits the gun barrel. Does knock out Silver's gun. He fixes his tracks for some reason there. I'm not sure why he fixed his tracks instead of the gun. Maybe he wanted to get moving quicker. So a little bit of a mistake there. It does heal the driver, of course, because this thing being the slowest out of the tanks that have this type of hull and turret from the American tanks. It's a bit awkward there. Once again, the FV hits his turret and gets finished off by Silver's team. Silver, meanwhile, sees that the Scorpion's there, waits for his gun, just auto aims, waits for the gun to repair, and there you go, high roll, just right click, left click, right? I'm going to speed it up here because at this point, Silver's not going to get anything else here. Spoiler alert. This is the shot on the SDRV, reloads, snaps it off at the RT, but unfortunately he misses, and the RT gets finished off by the friendly Pantera. So a nice quick one there for you guys. Very kind of quick and brutal. And that, unfortunately for Silver, was only a first class for his 6,515 damage, steel wall, high caliber. Only one kill, so that's probably what only got him the 1217 base XP. Maybe if he'd gotten a couple more kills as well as the damage, he would have had the ace there. Did fire all his APCR as well. But of course, due to the Christmas event that he played this match during, he did get just enough credits to not lose any. He doesn't run a premium account, or at least he wasn't when he played this match. And he had extra consumables in his garage, so he didn't spend any on that. So barely made a profit of 1,754. Could probably have fired AP a couple of times, then the cost would have been lower. For example, the Type 4 at the Scorpion and the FV. Other than that, nothing wrong with the play that he did there. Bit unfortunate with the E100 hitting the roof, but again, that shows that the weak spot on the top of the T30 turret is a bit more viable than the rangefinder bar on the E100. Though that said, just hit 2 key and the whole of the E100 turret front becomes a weak point for a lot of guns at tier 9 and 10. So that's basically a problem with a lot of tanks these days. And a lot to do with the removal of weak spots and the whole kind of just press 2 to pen something that you can't is a bit silly, to be honest. Like, the rangefinder bar on the E100 is just, it's kind of redundant because of that. And even then, hitting it at all at any useful rate, or at any safe range, or any range at all, is just not gonna happen unless you get the most ridiculous luck. Anyway, guys, that's a nice quick one from me for today. Good job to Silver on getting the damage score there, staying hull down, so not a bad play from him at all. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.